Welcome to chemistry online classes. In today's class I am going to explain application of inductive effect in the determining acidic strength of the carboxylic acid, basic strength of the carboxylic acid and the stability of carbocation. The first one I am taking acidic strength of the carboxylic acid. If I represent a general representation carboxylic acid which loses a H plus and forms carboxylate ion and H plus, the substance which gives H plus ion is called acids. And the acidic strength of the carboxylic acid is determined by the stability of carboxylate ion. Here whatever the carboxylate ion is formed in this process is stabilized by resonance. If I take a resonating structure of this carboxylate ion, this negative charge will be delocalized in this fashion and which forms O minus and C double bond. These two are resonating structures to the carboxylic ion. If we want to write a resonating hybrid structure of these two, the negative charge is delocalized from this oxygen to this oxygen. How we can write? The resonance hybrid structure of these two is the negative charge is migrated from here to here. I am writing in this, and this is the actual carboxylate ion structure. And here we won't see any C double bond or CO bond length. Always this carbon oxygen bond length will be same, and that's what we are calling as it is a resonating hybrid structure. Now the acidity will be depends upon the stability of carboxylate ion. If you carefully see this structure, the negative charge is delocalized here and R we have attached to this carbon. Now any group, if it is giving electrons to this carbon, that will be destabilized because here the system is already negative charge. If it is giving negative, that means it will be repulsive forces and the system stability will decreases. Any group which withdraw from the electron from the system, that will be stabilized. So here whenever we are looking at the strength of the carboxylic acid, R group is always we have to take a minus I group, that is minus negative inductive effect group, and we have learned that negative inductive group which will pull electron from system to itself, and plus I group will donate or displace its bonded pair of electrons to the system. And here if you are inserting minus I group, that will be stabilized the carboxylate ion and it will easily loses H plus, and the substance which is loses H plus easily, that is having higher acidic strength. So the reaction will be there in this direction if we are taking minus R group. If we are taking a plus R group, the equilibrium will be there in this fashion. The acid dissociation constant will decrease, acidic strength of the acid also decreases. So overall I can say that plus I groups, that is electron donating groups, decreases acidity of carboxylic acid. Minus I groups, that is electron withdrawing group, increases acidity. So electron withdrawing group is present close to the carboxylic group, definitely the acidic strength of the carboxylic group acid increases. If plus I group is present on close to the carboxylic acid group, acidic strength will decreases. Let's take couple of examples. I take acetic acid and chloroacetic acid. One of the hydrogen is I am replacing. In these two cases, can you tell me structure 1 and structure 2 which is more acidic in nature? By looking at the structure, we can tell that the chlorine is electron withdrawing group, that is -I group, which will pull electron from the carboxylic acid. As a result, this will be hydrogen will be leave as a H plus easily. When it comes to CH3 group, it is a +I group. +I group destabilizes the carboxylate ion, and because of that it cannot be easily donated. Hence 2 is more acidic than 1. Similarly, if I take another example, fluoroacetic acid, chloroacetic acid, and bromoacetic acid. I am writing is here 1, 2, 3 structures. Now can you tell me which is having a more acidic strength among these 3 carboxylic acid? So here in the structure 1, fluorine is attached. Fluorine is -I group, and which will pull electron from the system, and here chlorine is attached, and here bromine is attached. All these cases, these are -I groups. Now if you look at all the cases -I group, now you have to see the magnitude of the electron withdrawing power of these groups, and you know that fluorine is the highest electronegative atom, which can drag electron cloud more compared with the chlorine, compared with the bromine. Hence I can tell that structure 1 is more acidic than structure 2 than structure 3. If we look at the reporting data, the pKa values of these substances, pKa of fluoroacetic acid is 2.5 and pKa of chloroacetic acid is 2.8 and pKa data of bromoacetic acid is 2.9, and the relationship between pKa and acidity will be inversely proportional. Lower the pKa data, higher is the acidity, inversely proportional. So among these two, all the pKa data experimentally found that fluorine is having low pKa value, which will show higher acidic strength compared with all these 3. Similarly, I would like to give one homework. Formic acid and acetic acid. Which is having more acidic in nature? I am writing 1 and 2. You can do it in homework. Let's take another application. Basicity of amines also can be explained by taking inductive effect. RNH2 amine. According to Lewis theory, the electron pair donors are called base. Or you can go with another theory, Bronsted-Lheureux theory. The substance which accepts proton, we call it as base, and this is a base. By accepting a proton, which is converted into conjugate acid. And here the relative basicity can be explained by taking inductive effect. Let's take with some of the examples. Methylamine, ethylamine, which is having more basic strength. Basic strength means the availability of lone pair of electrons to donation, and which case we can see easily available. When you look at the methyl group, this is a plus I group, and here ethyl group also plus I group, and plus I groups which gives electrons to the system. Now methyl is donating to the NH2, here ethyl is donating to NH2, and because of donation these lone pair of electrons are readily available for donation, hence the basicity can increases. Now if you look at the methyl and ethyl, which case the donating ability will be more, the inductive ability. Ethyl case we can see the magnitude will be high plus I effect compared with the methyl group. So hence the 2 is more basic than 1. Let's take another example. Methylamine, secondary amine dimethylamine. Among the 1 and 2, which is a more basic in nature? Now here in the first structure we have only plus I group. How many plus I groups are present? Only 1. When you look at here, there are 2 plus I groups which are present in the dimethyl amine. Hence plus I group is increases, basicity of amine also increases. The 2 is more basic than 1. I take another example. Methylamine, dimethylamine, and trimethylamine. Here in the first case we have 1 plus I groups are there. In second example 2 plus I groups are there. Third example 3 plus I groups are there. So number of plus I group increases, basicity increases. So here only 1 alkyl group is donating, here 2 alkyl groups, and here 3 alkyl groups. So due to the donation of 3 alkyl groups, these lone pair of electrons are readily available for donation. Hence third case we can see the basicity will be more than second and third. But here this order we can see in the gas phase. So in the gas phase the basicity of amine order is tertiary amines are more basic than secondary, and least one is primary. Let's we discuss in solution phase. Solution phase the basicity order will be little bit different. Here if we see the primary amine only 1 alkyl groups plus I group, and in the secondary amines there is a 2 plus I groups, and in the tertiary amines we have 3 plus I groups. According to inductive effect, I effect, inductive effect, tertiary more basic than secondary than primary. So in the solution phase, along with the inductive effect, other effect also play a important role to decide basicity, that is solvation, the solvent effect, solvation. See, in all these cases, the amine give its lone pair of electrons and which forms ammonium salts. In the case of primary amines, R N H3 plus, so I am writing in this fashion, and the surrounded by water molecule. Let us assume we are taking as a aqueous medium. Now between this hydrogen and oxygen there will be hydrogen bonding which will form, and this will be stabilized by the ammonium ion. So similarly, if you take a secondary amine, there is a 2 R groups and hydrogen and which forms 2 hydrogen bonding in the secondary amine. If we take a tertiary amine, only there is a possibility of 1 hydrogen bonding. So from the solvation effect, the primary ammonium salts are more stable than secondary ammonium salts and tertiary. So the basicity will come as a order of primary is more basic than secondary and tertiary, because the primary ammonium salts which is forming more stability, and this will be readily donates its lone pair of electron. From the solvation effect, this is the order. From the inductive effect, it will be reverse. The another effect which will come into the picture is steric hindrance. So here I am erasing the first part. Steric factor. According to steric factor, if you look at primary amine and secondary amine and tertiary, in the case of tertiary amine, the lone pair of electrons which are present on the nitrogen is less available for donation due to steric crowding. The alkyl groups which are present here which will occupy, and because of that the nitrogen, whatever the lone pair of electrons are present on the nitrogen, it less available for donation. Hence, according to the steric effect, the secondary amines are more basic than tertiary followed by primary. So overall in the solution phase, according to inductive effect, this is the order. According to solvation, this is the order. According to the steric effect, this is the order. When you take an example, depends upon the alkyl groups which are present on the amine, it will show their order. That means inductive effect cannot decide the basicity of amine, or solvation effect cannot singly or solely cannot be decided basicity of amines or steric hindrance. When you take a solution phase, the magnitude of this coming to the picture. Let's take some example here. I am taking a reporting data of some amines. If I take a methylamine and dimethylamine, trimethylamine, if we take a report data of these three cases, the actual basicity order is here. The secondary amine is more basic than primary amine, then the least basic is tertiary amine. All this basicity because of these three factors which will come approximately equal, but if you collect the magnitude, you will get a secondary amine is more basic than primary, then tertiary. If I take other example, ethylamine I will take. Ethylamine, diethylamine, and triethylamine. In this case, the order will be different. Here, the secondary amines are more basic, followed by tertiary amine, least basic is primary amine. So the basicity order in the solution phase is depends upon the what alkyl groups which are present on the nitrogen, and based on that this order will be slightly changes. But in the gas phase always we can predict by taking an inductive effect, but solution phase we cannot predict solely by inductive effect. It has to depend on solvation energy and inductive effect and the steric hindrance. These three factors will play a role as a magnitude which will give you the which is having a higher basic strength, which is having lesser basic strength.